guess what? I got a Discord server.
Is there any other like takeaways from the live stream of the video people want to bring up?
Parkour.
Parkour.
So
yeah,
next
it's
topic
just
is
like one of
parkour.
those. Yeah, it's just one of those modern things that I like that they're adding. It gives you like a greater feel of control over your character, as well as it feels like you're interacting with the environment more, which is good. When
And
a big part of the game is the environment.
They added lunges. Like if you have a small step and you walk over it, the character will lunge instead of him walking in alpha. You know. Hey.
I didn't know that.
I mean, we always knew that parkour was somehow.
We've talked about parkour before, and Bacon had like from like not just Bacon, but Bacon had been a big proponent for parkour and had designed a bunch of the stuff in the previous maps for parkour in the game. And like like I said, we've talked about it before. Like I'm a big fan of parkour in games. Guild Wars 2 does a lot of parkour stuff. We talked about it as a topic before. The climbing, so like climbing on the ledges and stuff like that. That's instead of just jumping. That's really cool. The crouching, the crawling, all that stuff.
It looks, maybe it's just me, but the parkour part, I don't know, it kind of starts. I don't know, it gives me like Guild Wars 2 vibes with the dodging.
Most people think the game's going to end up being like movement and combat wise. It's going to end up being a lot like Guild Wars 2.
What do you guys think of the crystal pet?
And the crystal pet, I liked it a lot more than the 3D render that we're seeing on screen right now. Like all like we see a bunch of mounts. Like he shows off the Autumn Dragon or the Autumn Drake mount, which
I told you guys it's gonna look beautiful.
It looked fucking great.
Anything regarding parkour more? Any worries? Anything before we go off topic again?
Yeah. I'm just happy it's in the game. I feel like there's not much to be said about it.
I like it. I'm a big proponent for it.
Do you think? Let me ask you. Do you think it's gonna cause like down the road with like large scale PvP and stuff like that? Do you think any like possible issues or things they have to look into more closely, especially when it comes to player collision?
No, I think it'll probably enhance PvP. If anything, you'll probably see people use the environment more for PvP. Also, it's great for exploration, finding ways to get around things. Like maybe like this part, like maybe the map provides stuff. It does kind of invent this way of like fucking with the map that wasn't initially made by the developers for things. Like you can jump on, like if you encourage people to move around more and jump places. They're gonna do that period. Like they're gonna do that period, but you just encourage it more, and people are gonna find ways to get around everything and fuck with the map.
It's gonna be interesting because I always love videos from any MMORPGs where people find ways to get off map, or people try to get to like GM islands and stuff like that. I always find that really, really interesting.
Well, there's that. There's just like getting on buildings you're not supposed to be able to get onto, getting around obstacles that were meant to be like there, but you've managed to get around them entirely. Stuff like that. But that's part of the fun too. So,
all right,
and hopefully we can fix most of that in terms of in the development time and stuff like that.
I mean, Alpha 2 is gonna be one of those things where I think people will try out a lot of things when it comes to parkour. So I'm gonna be really interested to see what people come up with or what people discover by just using like the parkour abilities and trying to get like where they're not supposed to, because that's always interesting.
So that was parkour. I actually go back to the 3D renders of the mounts and stuff like that because that was awesome in the video.
All right, so what's the next topic? What do you want to talk about?
We're still on the live stream.